Okay, let's take a look at one more stock before we move on to look at all the other variants of the VWAP. Here we're on Microsoft, no introduction required. We're on the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, and the 10 minute, 20 and 30 minute. And this is all from yesterday's trading session, which was quite a big down day across the primary indices. And certainly if you're intraday trading, then the futures indices would be ones that you'd be keeping a very close eye on. And of course, if you studied the index construction and how these are created, you'll know which stocks to focus on in order to tell you which direction the index is going, and therefore most likely stocks as well. That's not to say all stocks fall and rise with the indices, they don't, but certainly it's a pretty good indication, particularly if you're looking at technology, for example, and NASDAQ is on the way down, which it was yesterday. We're looking at the VWAP here, which is one of 5 indicators that we offer with this particular indicator. So it is very much a multi-tool indicator. If you've not seen the other videos, then let me just show you that here. If we click on indicators, we're on NT8, NinjaTrader 8. We just click on that. And here we are. We've got the VWAP itself, volume weighted average price. And then we have the moving volume weighted average price. We have the anchored volume weighted average price. We have the time weighted average price, and we have what we call the intraday VWAP, which uses the much slower time frames of the daily and the weekly and the monthly. So those are all the 5 variants that come as standard with the indicator. You decide which ones you want to use and the type of trading investing that you wish to apply the indicator to. But again, a very quick lesson here. As you can see, the VWAP, the center line here, is very much in decline across all the time frames, from the very fastest down to the slowest, which is the 30-minute in this case, but merely reflecting the fact that we are in very bearish territory for this particular stock in this particular session. Where shall we start? Well, I guess the 30-minute just gives us the flavor of it all, if you like. So let's start with the 30-minute time frame. Just enlarge that, and let's just pull that over. There we go. And remember, with the VWAP, it resets itself each time you start a new session. So as you can see here, it will reset, reset, reset here, and this was yesterday resetting to the new session on 30 minutes. And off we go to the downside. As you'll see, as you've seen in other videos, the price action will tend to revisit the VWAP from time to time. Even though the trend is developing, it still attempts to revisit that particular indicator. And here it's acting as a ceiling of resistance, if you like, downwards pressure on the price action. And what we're also seeing here from a volume perspective, which is very important, we've got the stock is trying to rally, but it's rallying on very much falling volume. So this hardly looks like a strong candidate for a reversal, a buy opportunity, in other words. So we're going to keep selling this stock because that's what the indices were saying also, but it's certainly reflected in terms of the VPA analysis and also where we are sitting in terms of the VWAP itself. So that's on the 30-minute. We hop above it, really go up to the much faster time frame of the 5-minute. There we are. And again, we're off to the downside. The price action tries to revisit. It's capping all the time. It's really adding downward pressure, and on down we go on the downwards trend, which pretty much lasted the entire session. Whichever chart you look at, this is the 10-minute, but a very, very similar picture. And again, back to visit the VWAP here. On down we go. And the trend of the VWAP is very much falling, and we're well below the 1 standard deviation of the envelope. Let's just have a quick look at the 3-minute, very much intraday. There we go. And once again, we get this revisiting aspect, doesn't quite make it to the VWAP itself. And there we go, on down onto the 1 and then away from the envelope as we move further south. And the other aspect of this also, which I've highlighted before, is this general shape of volume. When the market opens, when the physical exchange opens, you get this big inrush of volume at the start. We then move into the session itself, where volume obviously is demonstrable, but it tends to be at a slightly lower level. And then at the end of the session, we get this rising volume as we move towards the close of the physical exchange. So we tend to see that particular shape of the volume profile, if you like, in all timeframes. So that's the VWAP on stocks. We're going to look at all the other variants of the VWAP itself on other instruments as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this particular video. Lots more to come as always. Thanks for watching. See you soon and bye for now.